All right. Hello. Hello there, YouTube, and hello, Facebook. Who is checking on in? Let's see who's here. Who has patience to wait around for me to get my shit together? That's the real question. Oh, God. Okay. Well, here we are, and hello, Rosemary. I just read half of your recent post about Kai wanting to bring a squirrel in the house, and I was like, look at the time. I have no time to play games on Facebook. Anyway. All right, well, people come on in before I start. Hi, Chase. How are ya? Okay. Okay. Hey, Karen. All right. I'm trying to be comfortable tonight. Oh, let me just do everything off moving in my chair here. Okay. So let's see. This week, last week was big for Sagittarians. Very slow week. I had actually written in my calendar planner for this year to take the entire Memorial Day week off because it was so slow the week before Memorial Day and the Memorial Day weekend. And instead, I decided to shut down the extra day and just take off the Sunday too. All through the summer, I'll be taking off for Mondays and Tuesdays. But very slow. And I love kids, and I do the $5 readings that I do primarily for older folk, students, people who, a reading might be a little bit of a stretch and just whatever, I do what I do. So, but I get a lot of students, and this time of year I get a lot of students. And I love students. However, I don't mean anybody under 16, but, juniors and seniors and a lot of college graduates, especially today, a lot of college, kids home and they ask questions you can't answer. I mean, you can answer some questions about their future. I go out like 6 months in these $5 readings. I go quick out 6 months. Now, 3 months, 6 months. That's how I read. But it's like, it looks like you're going to go on for a graduate degree, back and forth. Yeah, I'm back and forth, but I'll probably do. Yeah, you wait a year. Yeah, I'm going to wait a year. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Things about that. A lot of them dreading coming home, wanting to start their careers, wanting to move out. Can't do it right now, where they're going to launch their careers. May not be Connecticut where the jobs are. But, they want to know about, will I make a lot of money in the future? And will I, and of course, always with the college boyfriends and girlfriends. And I hate relationship readings. Everyone knows that, and I'm always very honest about that. Had someone today text me, you said I'd meet someone in the spring and I met them. Can you throw some cards? And I'm like, no, no, it's just too new. No, there's no, no. But I'm glad you met someone. I'm glad that happened. And just interact, relax, and enjoy it. I always say if you've got questions in terms, and it wasn't like that, but if you've got questions about their integrity, whether they're really single, do a personal background check. $12, peoplefinder.com. Do a background. Make sure they really are who they say they are. Make sure they're not married. Make sure they're not a felon. Make sure, all that good stuff. Maybe they really live where they live, if that's really their name. I wouldn't meet anybody on that. I never dated online, but I would never do that without doing a thorough background. My cards and common sense. So, one of that. And so I was going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to go into reading because I'm really tired tonight. Hey, Francine. How you doing? Hey, Gail. Something that people don't understand, and the readers and I have talked about this after hours conversation or in between readings on Saturdays, especially for mediumship, which commands a higher price, usually, in terms of readings. You'll see mediums coming in at the higher end of things. And of course, if they're very talented, they deserve that money. Hey, Martha. But I'll be driving in my car and I don't usually pick up the phone. So I might be at a red light, not recognize the number, and and it's like, hey, Laura, this is so and so from the store, and I was just something came up. Can you throw some cards? And I'm like, I'm in my car. Okay, can you throw some cards? I'm like, I'm driving in my car. Like, well, uh, would you have time to well, what do you think? What do you see? I'm like, I'm driving. I'm like, I'm literally driving on a road. And I really think that a mediumship is even worse because people just come up and, you know, who do you see around me? Pina talks about being at a wedding once and she never tells people what she does because she wants to be left alone, relax and enjoy herself. Unless Fields is coming in, hey, Cat. Hey, Martha. Okay, yes. Okay. Hey, Paul. How are you? So Pina was telling me that she went to a wedding and one of her friends was with her and some people and everyone's excited. It was her nephew's wedding. And in a moment of excitement, this person that she's friends with blurted out, oh, this is Pina. She's well known. She's a medium. She's a psychic medium. And right away, people were staring and looking. And then this woman, who Pina didn't know, comes right up into her face and was like, "Who do you see around me right now? Who's around me right now?" And she's like, "Whoa, I'm not like, who do you see?" And and her friend was like, "Oh, she's not working right now. Well, I just want to know who's around me. I know somebody's around me." And I really think people, some people, not anyone here, think that there's some sort of magic hotline that just some of us have access to. We can just kind of pick up a phone and dial right in and connect in that way. Um, I do know from having owned the business for 16 years and having had many different types of readers, tried out a lot of different types of readings. Some I was very surprised didn't take off. Um, Very talented I Ching reader, was doing I Ching for 40 years, highly specialized. No interest there. Wasn't getting any readings at all. I have a handwriting specialist that came in, did a little 15-minute, I thought it was pretty interesting having your handwriting analyzed, but nope, that never took off at all. Um, a few readers that didn't use cards at all. Now I've just introduced a new one, but she's pretty well known. I think she's going to bring her own crowd in, and just word of mouth will bring people in. Anna, who's new to the store, but she's a brilliant reader. And she just reads without cards. Most of us don't need the cards per se, but people are comforted to see cards. They like seeing cards. I don't know why that is, but somehow the idea that you're connecting directly versus the cards are telling you a little story. I'm like, okay, that's what you need to hear. I know a lot of people, I don't get very nervous if there's no cards or some mechanism for reading. I've tried astrologers that do like a quick natal review, and people really want good old fashioned. Even Christine, I tell you, she has a great reading. She does the cards in the Tree of Life pattern, and it's especially some readings just go over better with men. You know, Men are very visual, and she draws out the Tree of Life and she fills in as she's talking. She's telling. I mean, she wouldn't be in the store if she didn't read me and tell me things that she couldn't have known, and predicted some things that happened. But it's just still not what people want to see. They want to see that that tarot spread. They want to see, and she uses tarot. She uses tarot. But that's always interesting to me how that the business of readings are pretty interesting. I always try to also hire readers who live nearby. Can't always, but some drive in from a distance. And I try to bring people in who've got full-time jobs or other sources of income. Because the truth is, if you're just reading, and that's your sole source of income. The odds that if there isn't a good connection, or if there isn't, the odds that you're going to say, if you got a bill due or the rent's due, oh, this isn't our best connection, or let's try again like a week from now, or or get halfway through it and say, no, this isn't right. This isn't the kind of reading I like to give. Let's put this down. I won't charge you. It doesn't happen so much. So I pick readers that I know, are used to doing fairs for. That's why the whole 10 years of experience thing. Why I, kind of insist on that, because it's the judicious ability to say this isn't good. There's other readers available if you want to just switch over to somebody else, or we can try them again, but I'm not going to charge you for this reading. So that's what people are saying here. Oh my goodness, so many comments. Hello, 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 hello. Everyone's talking. Okay. These light makes it so hard for me to see. What are we saying here? Okay. I do have a slight question about readings. Okay. What do you think it's fair to charge well over $100, $200 for a reading / spell casting? Well, that's two different animals there too. Don't forget. Hey there. First of all, it's apples and oranges. So spell casting, if someone's doing work for you, they can charge whatever the hell they want to. Hopefully you're picking someone who's got great track record. I know people that I don't. I'm a practicing witch myself, but I know people that have gone to people who will do the work for them, and that's what they do. If they're doing it right, sometimes they're praying over candles all night long. Sometimes they're fasting. Sometimes you're paying for someone who's really doing the spiritual work. Well, they're going to charge whatever they want to charge. My thing is, and what people charge in their private readings, also up to them. I mean, I know Lori Cabot in Salem at one point was charging, I don't know, again, this is a judgment, but I think she was getting $7.50 an hour. $7.50 for an hour. I think it was three something for half an hour, and she was getting it. I also think that reviews now, because so many people use the Google and different reviews, where you can actually see what someone's, again, the track record, their accuracy, is it worth the money? Mediumship, gets more. But where I get a little like, is when it's a fair. Because a fair is usually open, and there's people milling around. It's not necessarily private. You might have someone like a foot away from you or 2 feet away from you, also, doing the reading. Not in my store. We're pretty spaced out, but it's still in the same room, and the shop is open for business. So I think a fair price needs to be, should reflect that fact. I haven't raised my prices in 16 years. I do $30 for the half hour. I take a $5 cut. Excuse me. I did that from the very beginning because I wanted to attract the new store a very high caliber of reader. And so at the time, that was the going rate. It's gone up. In some cases, it's really gone up. I see more $40 for 20 minutes, which to me is, what are you going to say in 20 minutes? I mean, some of the New York prices are insane for a fair, for a street reading, a walk-in reading. I really can't say what's fair, what's not fair. What I'm hearing in terms of pricing is $90 for an hour is common, and not even considered on the higher side. $125, $150 for an hour. But I still charge $1 a minute. I still charge $60 for an hour. And I really try to just do half-hour readings. I can say everything I need to say in half an hour. I usually don't need the hour, and I do the mediumship. I really don't like working that way. I don't. I can see them. I really don't like. We're just talking about this today. With someone that came in the store, we were talking about mediumship, and just they're annoying, and there's boundary issues, and it's again, it changes the reading. So I've got good readers in the store that are mediums, and they're happy to do the work. It's just not my work. So, but I do think that work deserves more money because it's much more involved. I think it's even more draining. Hey, Rapid. You see here, I'm so sorry. God, the light. It is the laptop light too is killing me. Okay. So that's my thing. Again, I stay in my lane. I really do. What people want to charge is their business. What they can get, they can get it. The only thing that makes me laugh is when someone auditions to be part of the store. only happened a couple times, but I've had a couple people audition, and I mean, I'm pretty with my price. If you read my website, you know what I charge. Like, can we try audition? I'm like, all right, yeah, I could maybe put you in on a Saturday, see how things work out. This is how we do things. It's like, oh, you only charge $3 for a half hour. I get 60 for a half hour. I get 150 for an hour, whatever they say. And I'm like, wow. I said, well, you get $150 for an hour? And they're like, oh, yes, easily. I'm like, why are you here? It's like, what? Like, why are you here? Like, if I could make $150 an hour or whatever, I would be home right now making that money. I wouldn't be wasting my time in a shop, to do a fair. If I could be home comfortably making a $1.50 an hour, I just have to wonder, why aren't you doing it right now? And it's like deer in the headlights. Oh, I'm like, I know why. It's like I don't say it, but I'm like, I know why you're here, because you're looking for clients. You want to come in and pull private clients, and you're gonna, pull them out of the fair and make them, whatever. And I don't even care about that. I send people out on parties. I don't even take a cut. If someone calls up. But the point is, I know why you're here. You get 150. You could say you make all the money. I get $1,000 a reading. Doesn't mean I'm actually getting it. I mean, you're charging it. Like, what's wrong with you? I make all this money. Well, go make it. Get home. Get out of here. I'm wasting your precious time. Oh my God. What are we talking? I really, this is ridiculous. I can't see. Hello, Virginia. I'm going to look at these comments after because I cannot read a damn thing. Good to see you too, Tina. Oh, I'm so glad the new job is going good, Tina. It's wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, and is that Chase, if you go on my Facebook, and if you go on Google, and if you go on Yelp and all that, and look up the reviews for the shop. I mean, my reviews, I'm proud of the reviews. I'm proud of the reputation of the shop. My readers, the integrity, that I'm really proud of. That's the stuff that I really hold to a very high level. What I always work towards, and so that's what brings in your business. Honestly, people will say to me, I saw the reviews, and I wanted to come in and see it for myself. You've got great reviews, and I have great people. That's why. A stage smudge stick is $4.99, and so I think it comes to be $5.25 or something with tax. And Valkyrie. Okay, so that's what's going on, guys. That's what's happening. Quiet week. Students coming in, asking me questions I can't answer. But I can't tell you that your whole life's gonna map out. I think that's when kids get out of college, they want that. I get it. I totally get it. And I love to be pregnant women come in and then ask for a reading. I don't read pregnant people anymore. So if you're pregnant, you tell me you're pregnant. I'm not gonna throw cards for you. And one bad experience, I'm not repeating it. It was not a happy thing for me. I had a reading with a lovely woman. I'd read her before. The reading, and it was she lived out of state, and she said to me, "Yeah, you did the reading, but she goes, did you see pregnant?" I'm like, "Geez, I really didn't. I didn't see a baby here." And she goes, "Oh, well, that's funny because my husband and I are pregnant with twins. We had in vitro and IVF or whatever, and I'm somebody 9 weeks pregnant with twins." I'm like, oh, I said, well, that's great. I said, I guess there's nothing wrong then. You know, there was nothing eminently terrible, but the fact is she lost them. She didn't have those babies. And it was just an ugly feeling because she called to let me know. Oh, you didn't see the babies and I lost them. I'm like, I don't think those were mutually. I think they were mutually exclusive. I don't think they went together. But I never felt good about that. And I have had people come to the shop because the hospital is very nearby, on the way to see very sick children, very sick people, and not tell me, but rush in for a reading, and you know who's sick, what's going on? There's an emergency. There was it's very tragic. Oh, my daughter had the baby, very, very premature. Do you see the baby living? Oh my God, you know, my father's in the hospital. He had a heart attack, and what do you see? Oh, I don't like this at all. Um, but I will say, when things come out negative, when things aren't positive in a reading, 9 times out of 10, the person's grateful for the heads up. In fact, I had a woman come in the shop again, like, probably sounds like a weird joke. A woman came into the shop, but she came in the shop months ago, and she goes, "I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. I don't want a reading." I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "Now, I got a reading from you a year ago, almost a year and a half." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Yeah, you told my mother was going to have a stroke, and that I was going to quit my job and take care of her." I'm like, "I said it like that?" She goes, "Mm-hmm, yeah, you did." I'm like, "Okay, harsh." Doesn't sound like me, but okay. But thinking to myself, wow. But she goes, "I want to tell you thank you, because my mother did have a stroke, and I did have to quit my job and take care of her. And in fact, you told me she wasn't going to die, but it was going to be a long recovery. And I'd move home, and all of that happened just like it did. And I would have really freaked out, except I kept telling myself, you know what? She said it was going to happen like this, but my mother was going to be okay, and it was going to change my life, change my direction." And she goes, "It really has. I'm taking my career in a whole other place now. I'm a whole different person. But if I hadn't had the reading and you hadn't told me those things, harsh as it was," she says, "I would have been totally like, what am I doing? What am I? I don't even know what I'm doing. What if my mother dies? What if, and I didn't worry about that, because everything you said happened the way it meant. Now, I'm glad for that. That doesn't always happen like that. But I was happy that day. What I usually do, honestly, I think I said it to her too. I mean, when I have something that's really negative or sad, I pray every night before I leave the store. I light incense and I pray every morning before I start the day, and every night before I walk out and walk up. And I pray to be wrong. I pray hard to be wrong. I want people to call me and say, "Boy, you said this was going to happen, but nope, didn't happen. It didn't happen like that." I am so grateful to be wrong. I don't want to be right. I don't like people having sadness and death, and it's very sad. And don't forget, I'm also closed on Sunday, so we're not open again until Wednesday. Excuse me, Wednesday we're open, and China's covering. So, oh my goodness, more comments. Hold on. Oh, I want to read these comments. Gosh darn it. I'm going to try to put my hand here so I can just get. Oh, that helps. Okay, I'm glad, Tina. That I'm happy to hear that. Okay. All right. No, usually, it was one of those days where it was endless readings and they were kind of tedious, and I wound up with a horrible headache, and I had a private course. I closed the store. Part of closing the extra day and getting my 4-day work week means I'm cramming even more into a 4-day work week. And of course, I'm doing private readings and trying to take care of everybody still. But yeah, it's just I work longer hours over 4 days. I got like nurses' hours now. Um, Actually, I kind of always did, but now they're even more concentrated. So, anyways, guys, if that's what we're talking about, let's do some readings. I got to get up early and start readings in the morning, which I hate. But again, I'm trying to cram them in there. So I shouldn't say that. I don't cram them in. I'm just trying to actually have time for everyone who's asking for readings, and I'm booking out like 2 weeks, but some people really can't wait that long, so I try to accommodate the best I can. No worries. We're there. You know we're there. Tomorrow I have Andrea, who has openings, that's how quiet it is. Andrea actually has openings. Anna is in, and Red Goddess is in. So they all have openings. They're all available. I am adding phone readings to the readings now. For most of the readers, call, and if you want them, some do, some don't. But I'll be listing those out. Some are gonna have a small charge for the internet fee or the use fee. So it might be 35 versus 30. But yeah, so I'm gonna be adding that. So people who live out of state or who I've been doing them here and there, phone readings for people. But we're doing more of that. So here, oh, come on. Oh, I understand. Okay, you're welcome, Tina. Okay, well, I'll tell you, the pet reader, Teresa, is going to be there next Saturday. She'll be in the shop on Saturday, the first Saturday of June. So she is booked in for that. So if you want Teresa, she'll be there. Okay? All right. Who do we start with this week? I am absolutely forgetting. Who do we start with? Is it Aries or is it? I think it's Pisces this week, isn't it? Somebody? Who's got the memory? Who did we start with last week? Actually, I think it was Pisces we started with last week. I think it's Aries, right? Well, if it's Aries, Gemini comes up fast. What do we say, guys? I'm pretty sure we start Aries. Okay, well, I never remember. Yeah, I think it's Aries too. Okay. Well, we're starting with Aries. How's that? I'm almost positive it's Aries. I'm sure somebody will correct me quickly. There you go. It's Aries. All right. It's Aries, and let's start with Aries. So for anyone who's new, I know a lot of people who don't comment, but they listen. It's a 6-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like a pyramid. The first card at the top, hi, Britzellus. First card at the top is the situation. The next 2 cards are directly impacting the situation. And the last 3 cards are potential outcomes. I will tell you the cards I'm pulling so you can pull them yourself at home with your own deck. See how you interpret the cards. I try to read to teach. And a little more out of the reading maybe. And how I'm reading them, how I'm seeing them. Because of course, once you get beyond Tarot 101, you realize the cards interact differently, depending on what they're laying next to, and shift the meaning. Okay, so Aries, here we go. We start off with the Hangman. We have the Devil, and we have the Ace of Cups reversed. The Tower, Strength, and the Lovers. Aries, just when I think you guys are out of the goddamn woods, I swear to God, my Aries friends are being tortured to death. If it's not them personally, it's their spouse, or it's something in their immediate environment that is just heinous. That's the word for it, heinous, okay? And you have my heart, Aries. I hope you're taking salt baths. I hope you're keeping yourself clear, because because this is tough. You would need to be an Aries to survive this, okay? Hangman means you're not wasting your time, okay? Whatever's going on around you and it's not great, you're not wasting your time. That's important to remember, okay? It's also a card of delayed gratification. In this deck, it's Christ on the cross. See that? And here, okay, that's the hangman. Literally delayed gratification, taking care of others before you take care of yourself. But you're not wasting your time. Hangman reversed is being a doormat, is not being appreciated. But in this case, you're not. It's not for nothing. The devil, toxic environment, toxic people, toxic situation, and the Ace of Cups reversal. Of course, you don't love this. The Tower. Strength and lovers, man. You know, if ever a reading was like love will see us through, whether it's love of what you do or self-love or love of the partner, you gotta hang on to that because it's like literal minefield all around you. Ace of Cups reversed, the devil, the Tower. That is usually, that lineup, I'm not gonna lie to you, is usually the fallout from bad behavior, addiction. I mean, that's the devil card, mental health issues. But the devil is usually addictions, honestly. Bad behavior resulting in chaos. And it's very hard to love someone through addiction. It's very hard to love someone who so clearly is trying hard to not take care of themselves. Okay? Strength and lovers. And this is the one time where I'm going to say if you abandon this person, they're probably not going to make it, Aries. You know, you're holding this together. If it's yourself, you know, it would be very easy, I think, to just slip over to their side. I believe while we come into this world with a blueprint, I think that there are exit strategies along the way. I think there are points in time where they're like, you want to get out of the car now? You can get out of the car now if you want to. You want to keep driving on the highway? You can get out. Here's an exit ramp. You can get out now. Here's a rest stop. You can get out. If it's too much, I think they allow us, whether it's a emergency or an illness or whatever. It's a point where we could say, I'm good, I'm done. This is all I need to do. It's a scary time, and a lot of us have been there. We've stood that cliff and wondered if we should jump over it or not. And but I think in this case, Aries is not ready to go yet. I'm not ready to give up yet. I'm not ready to wave the white flag just yet. But man, is this tough. Tough. And I'm going to say, Aries, it's all about love. You know me, I'm not the mushiest person in the world. I'm really not, except for my children. I'm not the most demonstrative. I'm not the most, I don't like relationship readings. I'm not. I used to send little Lena over at the angel place because she was all about the love and all about the relationships and all about that. I'm like, ugh, love spells and love candles. But in this case, I'm going to say love is stronger than anything. And this is all about letting love guide you and letting love, pulling your strength from that which you love. Okay? Many of signs stronger than Aries, honestly. The warrior, the white knight, the soldier. You know, Aries goes where angels fear to tread. And I'm going to tell you, Aries is treading that right now. Not cool. Not at all good. Okay? I'm trying to read this, Chase. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. People are reading to teach. I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to find a way to go through the comments and answer them because I can't see. This light is killing me right here. If I turn it off, it's going to take forever to recycle it and reset it. So I think it's pretty good for. I'm using one light to do YouTube and Facebook. So, all right, Taurus. These are trying times. And twice this week, and it doesn't happen very often, I've had people either call for readings or just write to me and just say, Laura, you know, can you tell me what do you see with this debt ceiling? What do you see with where the world is going? What do you see? I'm like, you really want to know? Because We are in those times. And I'm not a Bible-based person, I'm not a Christian, but there is wisdom there. There is wisdom, and it's not just the Bible that is talked about. A point in time, many of the great prophets and many of the great seers of the past hundreds or thousands of years have talked about these times, and they are pivotal. And we are at a crossroads in our human evolution now. This is it. We're going to go in this direction, or we're going to go in that direction. And I'm not sure what we're going to choose. There are two different fractions at work here, and we're either going to move forward in a humanitarian, universal, knowing that I am my brother's keeper. We are responsible for each other. The world is our gift to pass on to our children. Um, there's only so much renewable things we can do. I mean, we have to look at what we're doing to the planet we live on. And I don't think we can get Mars or any other planet ready fast enough to recover if we continue to pollute the ocean and continue to destroy the environment, continue to dump chemicals, continue to poison our food. I posted yesterday on Facebook. I didn't realize, and I follow this stuff pretty closely. I just bought some orange juice the past 2 weeks, and it's toxic. It's like, what the hell are they putting in the Simply Orange juice? I was like, what the hell? Not good. Injecting the animals with chemicals, and no, and the vaccines, and I mean, we're gonna collectively say no to this, or we're going to move forward in a way that in a very strange world, very, very unpleasant for most of us. See, the wealthiest will always be okay. They're always going to have delicious food. They're always going to have lovely homes. They're always going to live in the lap of luxury. The billionaires are not going to be affected. And ironically, their private jets, their yachts, their gigantic homes that burn up so much, as we call it, conspicuous consumption. They drive cars that get 9 miles per gallon. So they're using up their share, your share, my share, everyone's share. They go on a private jet, and their what carbon footprint is far exceeds anything that you and I are doing with our little gas stove and our little homes and cars. But we're expected to pay the price. We're expected to do without sacrifice, and so that's where it gets to be very challenging. All right, so we'll just keep talking here. So let me stop. Taurus, okay. That's funny. Speaking of conspicuous consumption, that is the shadow side of Taurus, greed. And of course, the true shining side of Taurus is careful financial management and savings and investments. Taurus rules the house of money earned, and but the shadow side is I don't have enough, I need more, and greed. I've known a couple of Tauruses like that, not many. So anyway, Taurus, Ace of Coins reversed, Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, Four of Wands, Two of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands. Well, of course, all these wands and coins speak to career and money. And I want to say there's a lot of anxiety. It looks to me like it's a job you enjoy and love doing, and I think you probably like a lot of your coworkers, and you're liked as well. However, Two of Wands reversed, lack of support. Three of Swords, heartbreak. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Ace of Coins reversed, financial loss. One more card for clarity. Star reversed. You may be looking at a situation, Taurus, and Taurus doesn't like change, where despite how much you like what you're doing, or you may not be able to stay at the job you have. It may not work out here. Despite that you're doing your job correctly and well, the lack of support, I'm actually wondering if maybe where you're working, and there's a few I'm hearing about, that there's mismanagement, that the company itself is in trouble, and you might be in danger of losing your job simply because they don't have the money to pay you. That's a possibility here too. So it has nothing to do with your job, what you're doing. It has to do with the fact that it's poorly managed, and I don't think they're going to be able to pull out a tailspin. Now, does that mean that every Taurus is dealing with this? Of course not. However, if you have a child or your husband or your brother or sister is going through something like that, and that's been on your mind, it would come up in a reading. If I was reading you as a personally in front of me, I would say, is it you or someone else that you know that you're close to that's worried about their job, that maybe it's going to fold, or maybe they're not going to be able to make payroll because they're managing so badly? You really like what you do, but I'm not sure they have the money to pay or continue. They might actually be in a lot of financial trouble. That's how I'd word it if I was reading you one-on-one. Okay? But it looks as though you may have some difficult decisions to make fairly soon, that it's like, oh yeah, they're not doing well. You'll start hearing the rumors of layoffs, or that it's payroll. All right, but it is about management and being mismanaged. Okay. Hey D. All right. And if you hear that, if it's you, I'm going to say don't disregard it, because I don't think it's just coming out of nowhere. I think it's very much reality. All right, Gemini. Gemini, we have Judgment reversed, Queen of Coins reversed, the Magician, Page of Coins, Knight of Coins, Two of Coins. So I would be worried with this reading that if you have money coming into you, I think of like Social Security. I think of something that that they're either that's coming into question. You may need to find new ways to augment your income, which you can do. The masters tell me you have some skill where you could actually bring money in, and it would. But I'm seeing some money juggling in the meantime. I'm hoping it's not that they're going to cut Social Security. It may just be that you're afraid of that happening. That Judgment reversed, Queen of Coins reversed. It's. But the fact is, I would begin looking now, regardless, Gemini, at ways you could supplement your income through something you do or make, or this Magician card tells me you got a lot of talent, and I would be going ahead and actually finding revenues to sell, or whatever it is you do to bring in money. And I'm telling you, two money cards, Page of Coins and Knight of Coins, both talks about news of money and then money coming in. So I'm not worried about you, but begin now thinking about, okay, you know what? If I had to, if my bills suddenly went up, or if I suddenly wasn't getting the money I'm used to getting, or if something was to happen, how would I fill in the gap there? Well, you can. It's right here. A little juggling going on, but you can do this. Okay. All right. This debt ceiling thing really has me nervous. All right. Cancer. Cancer. The Six of Swords reversed. The Moon. The Six of Cups. The Three of Coins. The Knight of Cups. And the Nine of Cups reversed. Now, Cancer, one thing I can't forget was 2 weeks ago I did a Cancer reading, and it wasn't really great, about a young person who might potentially be at risk of overdosing. I didn't even listen to it. I remember, though, it was hard, and afterwards I was like, holy crap, that was not cool. And I just said that if there's someone you were worried about, that might have an issue, a depression, that might, you need to check in on them. You need to make sure they're okay. Well, there seems to be some back and forth here about, I'm going to go, the moon is usually hidden behaviors. And it really is the Six of Swords reversed versus the Six of Cups. Go or stay, go or stay, go or stay. If it's someone, let's say somebody in a halfway house, yeah, they may be on the edge of, like, you could get kicked out here, But somebody living in a situation where it's like their behavior isn't that moon card, they're hiding something. And however, I think with this Knight of Cups, Three of Coins, I think they're going to pull out of it. And I think wherever they are, they're going to manage to either find a new place to live, or it really does look like they may be looking for a new place to live, honestly. But I'm seeing the Three of Coins, that's celebrating money. It feels like it's like something they really hoped would happen didn't happen. But then again, it looks like they have themselves to blame. Okay, they may have been asked to leave a residence. However, I think that was the hard, cold slap of reality they needed to get it together and get it straight. So this wasn't the worst thing in the world to happen. But I think now they're left, like, with the, realization, like, I really fucked up. I really screwed this up. It was probably a decent thing, and I think I there's a chance that they can pull it out and stay where they are. Don't get me wrong. Because there's a real back and forth here. And I think it's whether or not they're going to step up and say, I want to stay, I want to make this right. I'll do what I need to do. But there's a greater chance that they're going to be asked to leave, and they'll be okay. They'll land on their feet. And they're going to find out, that not everybody is going to be tolerant. Everyone has a limit, okay? I was very concerned about an overdose. I was very concerned about suicide. I remember being very concerned about a few things with cancer and a young person. But I think that's where we're at now. I think it's through that crisis, but now there's the fallout from that, okay? Got my hair. All right. Ah, Leo. How are you doing? How's the alien? I don't know if I like that too much either. Oh my God. I don't want to. Okay. That's enough. All right, Leo. Four of Coins reversed. The Ten of Cups reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. The King of Coins. The Seven of Wands. And the Death card. Wow. All right. Well, first of all, hello. How you doing, boo? First of all, the idea of what else can I do to make money? I don't really think that Leo is happy where they are living. Ten of Cups reversed. But they're tired of just dealing with it. They're not going to be immobilized by this. And they're like, okay, well, I may not like it. I may not like where I'm living. So what can I do in the meantime? And the answer is I can change my career. The answer, and I'm looking at the Seven of Wands. I'm looking at the King of Coins. I'm looking at how can I make more money? And the first card up is the Four of Coins reversed. The Four of Coins upright is asked the question, how can I make more money? Reversed, it's I know how I can make more money, and you do. And it's a matter of either there's some training, there's some schooling, there's something going on, but this is a big change. New business opportunity. And you're doing it alone. That's a big part of it. I don't think you're telling people about all your plans. I think you're keeping stuff to yourself, Leo, as you should. But I think the idea of I know what I need to do, and I'm gonna move forward so I can end things and go on my way. You know, I feel like you have a timeline, Leo. I really do. I feel like this is a well thought out plan, and you're onto some new ideas to either. I gotta say, it feels like it's a new career. It really does. It feels like you're taking things in a whole new direction. So don't bite. Don't bite. You're so mean. You're so mean. Stop. They're watching you. Assault. Stop. 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 Okay? Stop. We're all worked up. No reason for it. Part of the reason I was late today because I was trying to pay attention to you for a few minutes. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. All right? Virgo. When he grabs me, he's not breaking the skin or anything. It's just his beak. He's strong. Right? Everyone's saying hi. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? Say hello. Stop being so mean and say hello. Stop being so mean. What? What? Hello? Good boy? Yeah, I know. You're going to pet you and then you get all crazy. You're overstimulated. Cat's the same way. Cat gets like all crazy. All right. Virgo. Five of Wands reversed. Five of Coins. Seven of Cups. Queen of Swords. King of Wands reversed. Page of Cups reversed. Okay. Well, first of all, this is Virgo tired of the same argument or the same debate or the same conversation. And it's like, I'm done talking about this. I want to say Virgo is probably working a job that they are not loving. They're not sure what else they can do. Working hard as Virgos always do. The money's not there. I'm not happy about that. They're worried about money. That's still an earth sign, right? Whatever bullshit goes on at work or with the idea, it's you're tired of it. The Empress. This is Virgo saying I could do this better on my own. This is Virgo genuinely saying I could do this without I could go solo, you know? Have my own business. I don't need to partner or I don't need to do this in a company. I can actually do this on my own. And I think Virgo is looking at ways to incorporate or to yeah. And instead of being an employee, being the owner. Absolutely. Fear of financial failure, of course, but I'm not. Ace of Swords, no. Empress, no. You're ready. The energy is there. I really think you're ready to launch something of your own. It's right there. The energy is there. The knowledge is there. The discipline. It's all right there. Okay, Virgo. So I would move forward without fear and start looking at how you're gonna organize or structure your own business. All right. There's so much feel like restructuring. It feels like it's something very new. If you're a partner and it's just you're tired of partnering with someone that's not on the same page as you, cards certainly have you working hard. So, all right. But if you're thinking, yeah, I could do it. I don't need to be here. I could do this on my own. I can do this better by myself. That's a very, very Virgo thing to think anyway. But yeah, you could. All right, Libra. Oh, Libra. Okay, the world reversed. The Eight of Wands reversed. The Ten of Wands. The Knight of Swords reversed. The Seven of Swords. Page of Swords. Wow. All right. Oh, we're still talking career. We're still talking work and career. A lot of pressure. You also are ready to do something different with your existing business. Eight of Wands reversed. Very focused, and the cards are saying focus on that. Please, a lot of pressure on you right now. What's not cool, really not cool, is the level of gossip, and you may actually be looking at restructuring employees, or something in your personnel policies. There's something going on that you don't like, and you've not said a word about this, but I think you're watching employees, a work environment that's gossipy, talkative, negative. And I want to say you come at that, but you come at it like a Libra, which I love. Because Libras are not vulgar or crude. They're not crass. I want to say you're going to approach it in a way that, okay, we're going to address this in the workforce, and these are our new company policies on fill in the blanks, you know. But there is something that you either overheard, didn't say anything, but you're watching and you're listening, or maybe someone is coming back and telling you, hey, the other employees are doing this or this, and it's really not. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the company. It doesn't look good for the business. And I think you need another thing, Libra. But I think the way you handle it is to, again, blanket announcement. This is our company policy on whatever it might be. But there's a mean-spirited end to it. It feels like unnecessary gossip. Could be bullying one of the other employees. There could be an employee that comes to you and says, "I'm being treated this way or that way," and you deal with it. All right. But what I like is, rather than put out the fire with a bucket, you're gonna put out a fire with a fire hose and just wet everything down, and the fire is definitely out, because we're not gonna do that. Okay. That's how Libra handles things. I mean, it's correct. It's the way you should handle it. Single any one person out. It's like, here, we don't do this. This is company policy, and if someone's doing it, they're going to get terminated. This is what's going to happen. This is what we believe. That's how bullying feeling to it. It really does. All right, Scorpio. My mouth is so dry. I've been talking like literally all day. Scorpio. Three of Cups. Ace of Wands. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Five of Swords reversed. And Temperance reversed. So this is like Libra, but different. In this situation, I am seeing Scorpio enjoying what they do. Create opportunities, new opportunities to learn things, in an environment that they're actually pretty happy with. And it feels as though Scorpio, it's funny. So Scorpio would have been the one going to the Libra to say, hey, you may not know it, but this is going on and it looks really bad. Scorpio would have been the whistleblower. Okay. Not that they're the type to rat people out, but they also, like Aries and many other signs, they can't tolerate bullying. So if there was an employee being bullied on your staff, it would be a Scorpio who would go back to HR or the owner and say, "You're not aware of this, but pay attention, because this employee is being treated really badly. If it continues, they can bring a lawsuit against you, you know? So that's what I'm seeing here for Scorpio. It's like, where do I see that? Well, I see that in the Five of Swords reverse. That's going to officials or going to someone in authority and being listened to and taking their advice. And again, that Temperance reverse, that lack of balance. So I'm just going to throw one more card here. Yeah, Six of Wands, and things move forward. So that's funny, but that's how I would see it. I would see Scorpio kind of being the right hand of justice, you know, and saying to the proper authority, you know, that this needs to stop, or this can actually be bad for everybody. All right. But I do see Leo with Leo, excuse me, Scorpio enjoying this. I mean, the work environment seems like it's shifted up, and there's either new opportunities or there's some sort of growth here that I like. I like it. It was touch and go there for a while, but there's been a shift. Sagittarius. Hey, Brian. Yeah, I'm in blue glasses today. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay, Nine of Coins reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. King of Swords reversed. Eight of Cups. Four of Swords reversed. King of Cups. Wow. I'm gonna throw one more card because I need one more for this one. Ten of Swords. Oofa. I'll put this together here for a second. This is a weird reading. So the Nine of Coins reversed, it's the only coin card, is disappointment in money. Disappointment, okay? Maybe things you planned to happen, maybe savings you thought you'd have, maybe income you thought would come in, maybe not. Maybe it's not coming in the way you'd like it to. The Queen of Cups reversed, King of Swords. Four of Swords reversed. It's a very embattled situation, which I don't love. And what's interesting to me, I'm looking at these cards. So the Eight of Cups, leaving home, okay, leaving home. Ten of Swords, hitting that bottom of the barrel kind of thing. And the King of Cups, again, the King of Cups, the King of Swords reversed, the King of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Cups reversed. This is hitting the bottom of the barrel. Now it could be that Sagittarius is going to allow someone who's going through a bad situation, and when I say bad, I mean like a battering situation, to stay with them. You know, you may get a phone call, Sag, and someone may say, listen, I just need a couch to sleep on. I can't stay here. It's really bad. And I'm going to say, yes, Sag would allow that, you know. That's my first read on this. It would be Sag stepping in and saying, you know, yes, of course. It does feel like a female that's being treated very badly and needing a new place to stay. Fighting. Nine of Wands reversed. I would caution you, Sag, and Sag is that sign, very optimistic, very trusting. I want you to be careful, this Nine of Wands reversed, because I guess I say this just because I've seen it so many times, both what I've seen personally and also friends and posts on Facebook. people say, oh, I just need a week, or I just need a day, or I just need this. And next thing you know, they're getting mail and they've set up residence. So this idea of it's kind of a cautionary thing. No good deed goes unpunished. Because I feel like the ambition, once they have a place and once they escape, that next step of, okay, now where are you going next? It's like, oh, I got to leave. There's some of that going on. So and a lot of people, I got to tell you, a lot of people, and I know a lot of Sag, my own daughters are Sag, and they're soft. They put on a show, but they really are soft. They really do want to help people, and they really do believe in people. But a lot of people out there, a lot of people that I've been reading in 16 years of business, I've read a lot of people for a number of years. And unfortunately, it's like they're going into these karmic cycles. They're almost like do-overs. I want to say beware the do-over. All right? Because this feels like something that has happened before and it could very easily happen again. You know? You're susceptible. And it's not just people moving into your home. I'm talking about relationships that go south the same way the last 3 relationships went south. I thought this one was different. It was going so well. Nope. Same damn ending. You know? Jobs. You know, first job, second job, third job. How the hell, am I getting these managers that are so god awful? It's something karmic, and it's a lot of people going through it. So I just want to say, if you're going to open your home to somebody, I'm always cautious about that. Just make sure they do not get mail to your home. And again, they can do that behind your back. But once they get mail, that means they've set up residence. And once they set up residence, excuse me, they have to be evicted. You can't just say, get out of my house. So be careful. Just be careful of the repeat. Be careful of the do-over. Or as my friend Elsa calls it, the zombies, the ones that come back from the dead. Be careful, okay? Because that has been a theme for some very smart people I know, for some very people that should know better, that do know better. But Aries and Sag, they always want to help. That's one thing those 2 fire signs tend to really. Cancer too. Cancer can be a real soft touch. Cancer usually gets everyone with mommy issues. Cancer rising. Oh yeah. Yep. Everyone that has a mommy issue or a daddy issue. You're gonna find flock to cancers. And very weak. The addicts, track them like steel to magnet. I was gonna say flies to shit, but that's not a cool analogy. All right. Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn. Chariot reversed. Hierophant. The Fool reversed. The Ten of Coins reversed. The High Priestess. Justice reversed. All right. Well, hang on to that Hierophant card as a positive. You are being held in place right now, Capricorn. You really are. New doors just aren't opening at the moment. Financially speaking, that's holding you in place too. Not quite ready to let go of a paycheck, not quite ready to let go of and again, it feels a little bit like Sag too. It feels like only it's a career repeat, a redo. 8 of Coins reversed. You may be thinking of retiring. You may have been thinking about relocation. You may have been thinking about, the next thing. And it's like, nope, you're not going nowhere right now. The Fool reversed. Chariot reversed. That is an absolute just lasso around your neck. like a castle thing, and you thought you were going, you ain't going nowhere. Um, Lack of motivation, not feeling it anymore, ready for a change. High priestess, I mean, this still ends up well in your, it's still going to end up well. It's still going to be fine. It's just you've got plans, you're, I always use the analogy horses at the gate. If you've ever been to a horse race and they're all lined up and they're just beating against that, gate, want to get out. They just are high energy. It's like, or like a NASCAR when they're all revving their engines, it's like that energy. That's the Capricorn. I want the next thing. I want to go. I want to move. I want to do. And it's like you ain't going nowhere. And it looks like you got some things to take care of before you can go. Whether it's things you got to finish up at work or it's things you got to tie up. I had someone that wants to leave the country. He came in today for a reading, and he's like, he has some child care issues he's got to deal with. He's got to arrange the child support before he can take off. So that's the energy. You still got some things you got to do before you can move on. You're not going to be allowed to go on until you do those things. And for once, Capricorn is tired. I mean, they know they have to do that. That Hierophant card, they know what they have to do, but tired of playing by the rules. That's really, it just feels like the rules are not bending to them or not necessarily working on their behalf. Hello. And tired of it. Tired of playing by the rules. Tired of, fixing other people's mistakes. Tired of having to, go above and beyond. All the stuff Capricorn does. It gets gotten old. Okay? What are you doing? All right. Aquarius. Aquarius. We have the Emperor. Four of Cups reversed. The Two of Cups. The Five of Cups reversed. Seven of Coins reversed. And the Sun reversed. Okay. Interesting. Well, this Aquarius knows what he wants. The short read on this, honestly, would be working in a company where you like your boss or you're friends with your boss. Maybe it's even a family member, but there's a best friend kind of feeling. And maybe you're in partnership with somebody. But despite the friendship, they're not doing their job. They're not making the money. They're not the Sun reversed. They're not being proper stewards of this. Maybe it's someone who works for you and they're friends. So it's like you become friends with someone you work with, and they're not doing their job. This is like having to go, leave, fire. This is just saying I know what I got to do. Four of Cups. I know what I got to do, despite the friendship, despite the fact that I really like this person. They're not doing the job, or they're costing me money. Maybe it's somebody in your home that maybe you've got a roommate that just, I really love my roommate, but damn it, they're never there with the rent, or they're never there with the bills. And unfortunately, there's something you got to do about it. So now again, is that every Aquarius? It's not every Aquarius. But maybe somebody was just complaining to you about how, oh my God, my roommate's the best, but damn, like you got to tell her she has to leave. You got to tell him he's got to go. You can't keep covering the rent. You can't afford that. Okay, so it's like that. I can't keep doing this. Can't keep making excuses. Can't keep covering. A little bit like Capricorn, but different. Give me a second here. I'm going to do Pisces. We're Aquarius and Saturn are similar is they both at one time were ruled by Saturn. So the idea of playing by the rules, the idea of what's fair is fair, the idea of paying your dues, the idea of hard work paying off, those are both Aquarius and Capricorn share those traits. Capricorn tends to apply them more to a business setting, and Aquarius tends to apply them more to a humanitarian setting. So, for example, one of our greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln, the idea that everyone deserves to be treated the same, the house of brotherly love, right? And Capricorn tends to apply it to the business setting, like, everyone has to do their job. Everyone has to do their job. Everyone's got to fulfill their responsibilities. And that's the word for it, because that's what Saturn is. It's responsibilities. All right. Oh my God, it's like cotton mouth. I am so dry. Also taking some medication that does this to me, so sorry. All right, Pisces, we have Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Coins reversed, 3 of Wands reversed, 2 of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Swords. And Pisces keeps coming up with the same themes over and over again. So, the Wheel of Fortune is moving forward. It's good luck. It's a great card. Wheel of Fortune is just, really, it can come down to good luck, bad luck. Upright, good luck, reversed, bad luck. That's one of the easier cards to love that. And the 6 of Coins reversed is debt needs to be paid. 6 of Coins reversed is there's bills to pay. Okay, that'll be addressed. And the 3 of Wands reversed. Oof. All right. Could be a student. Could be a student that's contemplating if they can go back to school. There's debt. How they're going to pay for their schooling. Rock in a hard place. 2 of Swords. The Empress and the Ace of Swords. Well, Pisces may be going to mother/grandmother for help. There's that. A lot of strong communication. A lot of restructuring here. Then you got to pay your bills. Got to pay your debt. Rock in a hard place. You have to delay some things. You need some delays. A little more card for clarity. World reversed. Okay. It also could be a kid who dropped out of school. All right. And guess what happens 6 months after you drop out of school? Your student loans come due. All right. And it could be that a mother or grandmother signed student loans. And now it's a matter of, but guess what, kid? These are your loans. These are your loans, not my loans. So debt needs to get paid. This is what I'm looking at here. It's very strong communication. World reversed. You may think you're going off on your own. Not until you pay off your loans or you tell me how you're going to pay them, because I'm not paying these loans. That's really how this reads. Here. Yeah, I got, that's how it reads. Okay. So does that mean every Pisces is a kid who's not, who's got loans due, or every Pisces has got a kid who's contemplating where they're going with their education and how they're going to pay for it? No, of course not. But might you know somebody who is? Might you be, maybe you've got a friend or a family member who's like, oh man, my kid dropped out, and they don't realize, or I can't make them realize that, you've got like months and then these all come due. They want you to pay. Once you drop out of school, as soon as you're done with school, drop out or done, they want their money back. So that shit falls in the grave. You gotta die to get rid of it. There's no bankruptcy. There's nothing. You pay those loans. So and this is what it's about. It's about this is due. All right, guys, that's what I got. Hope you enjoyed that. And I have to. There's also some weird stomach bug going around. I'm gonna knock on wood that I don't get it, or no one I know gets it. I don't usually get those things. It is virulent. It feels more like, from what I'm hearing and seeing from people that are talking to me, on the phone, no one in my store, thank God. But it feels more like food poisoning than an actual than a flu. And it's all over the place, all over the country. People are getting really, really sick. So watch out for that. Wash your hands, all that good stuff. Keep some distance between people because that is going around, okay? All right, guys. So everyone have a good night and I will see you next week. Behave yourselves and let's see what happens with this debt ceiling. It's pretty interesting times, okay? Pretty sure they're going to raise it, but we'll see what they're going to cut to do that, okay? All right, everybody, good night. Take care.